flaming girls not turned in, tables to do, king-size mixed grill every second order, and the tea-urns are doing a tap dance. There is no service, it's here.
What, am I getting the blame for Lorraine not turning in? Well, what can I do? I had her back bright and early.
Yes, you took her off bright and early last night and all. You come in here, you tip her the wink, off with her apron, and she's gone, 15 minutes before time.
Oh, I wasn't to know that.
Well, know it or not, you can whistle for your bacon and eggs.
Oh, flaming Emma.
Never mind the flaming Emma. If you want her here and you want your breakfast, you better get up to her house.
Well, I take her to Liverpool, we go to a disco, now I'm barred.
Look, get up to her house and bring her down here, because I can't do everything with one flaming pair of hands.
Joking with her old woman there, and that dog they've got.
Do you want your breakfast?
Hey, what about my order?
If you want your order and the disco queen's not coming in, it's going to be at least half an hour.
I didn't want tea.
That'll be 12p.
The sign says fast, snappy service.
Oh, yes, and the sign says music and all. But I don't play the flaming trombone when the jukebox packs up.
Well, you're supposed to fry.
Have you seen my contract or something?
They're all dolled up.
On your bike, sonny boy.
Get that hair on the knock.
Do you know, I get this girl in place of Gail, and at the interview, she comes on like Mildred Flaming Pierce.
I knew a Mildred Entwistle once.
Yesterday, he comes in here, takes her off to the pool. She doesn't turn in this morning, and I'm left here, and he's standing in front of me, giving me all that lip.
Panic stations all round there this morning.
Oh, I know I've got grease all over my flaming blouse.
I've only come here to get out of Annie Walker's way.
Oh, and what's up with her?
Oh, going to Southampton on this cruise. Various ports are calling the Medi.
Oh, don't tell me.
Oh, they're going bananas down there, they are, doing the packing. I haven't got the cornflakes out yet, so I thought I'd get the Rover warmed up and get ready for taking Her Majesty to the station, you know.
You do want toast, don't you?
Oh, yes, love, yes. Double bacon, double egg and sausage.
So you recommend that I catch the 13:19, that's 90 minutes past 1, yes, I see. Yes, I know all the details in the cruise itinerary, but I do have an awful lot to do. I've got a lot of packing to do, plus a business that doesn't run itself, plus having to have a new manager, blood, and I should be very pushed. Oh, very well. Right, goodbye.
Here I am, Mrs. Walker, early doors as promised.
Just been checking the train times with the travel agents.
Always wise.
Now all that remains is to find out what I can leave behind.
Decisions, decisions.
Yes, but you see, I really need a very full wardrobe. And there are limitations on luggage, unfortunately.
We used to have the same problem, you know, going to Blackpool on Sharrow. I never knew whether to take my red Mac or my blue one.
Straight up, it's just been on the blower. One of the top buys.
Go on, you tell me out.
On my life. 3 gross of your best denim blousons, he said. Then he said, who was that lovely-looking bird with the shades on that I saw you whining and dining?
And what did you tell him? Your good calls for the week?
Listen, I said, hands off, because I know this lad. You get a Romeo in the rag trade, and you get yourself a Romeo. Get the picture? The lady, I said, was very respectable, and I was just doing the uncle bit.
And were you?
Yeah. The girl, I said, was stood up by a school teacher.
Social worker.
Well, same difference, wasn't it? There she was, stood up, I said, so I just offered me arm.
Which was much appreciated, along with the fabulous meal and the lavish amounts of attention and charm.
But after that brief interlude, I said, it will be back to Mr. Sincerity.
Oh, if you mean Ken, I've no plans.
Oh, well, hasn't he been round telling his side of the story about how he saved some juvenile yobbo or something?
No, I've not heard a dicky bird.
Oh, so you're free then?
Unless you're fed up of doing your uncle bit.
Well, we could go and see a film or something.
Why not?
Right, see you later then. See you, Al.
I'll see you.
Oh,
I've brewed up if you fancy a cup.
Oh, Tal.
No need to dock me.
5 minutes is all right, but 2 hours.
Mean trick anyhow.
Yeah, you went home early last night.
When's it 20 past?
So I suppose you work to Irishman's rules. Go early, come in late, just to make up.
Wasn't well.
Too much jitterbugging.
So this cooking. All this fat, I'm allergic, I think.
You're in the wrong job.
I didn't come for the cooking. I could get a doctor's note.
Yes, and I could get to lose my patience very fast, so do as you're told.
Spoken a blind word to me all week. Said get the cold in last Thursday. Since then, not so much as a swear word.
Did you get the coal in?
I was going to, but she comes in with a shovel full and dumps it in my lap. I'm getting out in the kitchen, she won't even do me washing.
What about your eyes?
Comes to bed in the curlers. Now, wouldn't you say that was ground, Stanley?
Well, isn't that normal, then?
Anyway, I'm sick. Only find myself some digs. Make her ladyship think I've gone on the trot for good like.
Hey, why don't you ask Elsie Tanner? Didn't she take fellas in?
Aye, and lady for you, I bet. Say, Elsie.
What?
You do a lovely bit of toast, love.
Why didn't you chat her up?
Oh, it's it's the wrong time. She's got a right mood on, hasn't she? Anyway, I'm in my muck. I'll get the gear on, touch it in with Coopers, then try my hand, right?
Have I been missed?
No, you've not been missed, but you're needed.
Right, what's to do?
I've busted new sunglasses, haven't I?
How do you manage that?
Well, fancying myself, and they just come to pieces.
You'll not fix these.
Well, couldn't you codge something up?
No chance. They'll have to go back to the shop, these. You'll have to change them.
Well, she got 'em from Marshall's in town. How can I get there? Couldn't you do something with glue? It wouldn't half boost your image.
They'll not glue together, these. I'll tell you what I'll do, look. I'll take them back to Marshall's for you. I've got the Rover outside. It's out there doing out.
Do you think you've got time?
Got time for you any time, darling. Tell her I've gone to put some air in the tyres, eh?
Ta, Fred, you're a pal.
I'm dynamite, me. Given half a chance.
You buzzed?
I'm trying to keep calm, Bet. Very, very calm. I'm trying to keep, as they keep saying in those awful things on television, my cool.
Yes, well, it's been a bit nerve-wracking, I suppose, all this last-minute rush.
As you know, I can normally cope, but I cannot cope when things mysteriously disappear.
What's disappeared?
My sunglasses. They have disappeared from the face of the earth. Brand new sunglasses bought yesterday in Marshall's with agonies of indecision.
I get a lot of that in Chippy. I broke 'em, Mrs. Walker.
Well, I didn't want to accuse you, I arrived. As I was passing from the hall to the back, I did see you trying them on.
Well, they just come to bits in me hand.
Beyond repair, in other words.
I was fancying myself, weren't I? In Casablanca. All suntanned and sylph-like. Hinge come off. But there's hope, Mrs. Walker. Fred's gone to change 'em.
Gone to Marshall's? At this time? Do you realise I've hardly more than an hour before my train?
Well, Fred didn't see any problem.
It is unbelievable. This on top of everything. And I don't suppose he had the sense to take the receipt with him?
Well, no.
More delay. That'll be the new manager. You'd better see him through.
I'll tell you what, love, you won't find nicer cakes anywhere. Them vanilla slices melt in your mouth.
Thanks very much, love.
Ta-ra.
Is Deirdre about?
Ah, she's on a lunch break.
Or I ever go up?
Go on, then.
Give us a box of matches, will you? Funny thing about blow lamps, though. They don't go if you don't light them.
Ah, first it's Mike, then it's Ken. Talk about eeny, meeny, miny.
Isn't that what they call Love's Roundabout?
Oh, it's roundabout here, all right. You can't move for the stuff. 7 pence. So.
Is that another egg? Yes. But I thought you'd eaten all your egg.
Look, I did.
Oh, would you believe it? Oh, come in.
Hi.
Hello.
What can I say?
You must have thought of something, the time it's taken you.
Well, I couldn't come any sooner.
Couldn't call in the shop?
Yeah, I looked in earlier, but you were busy. Anyway, look, I really am sorry. I mean, coming back from that conference, I broke down on the moors miles from anywhere. I got to a phone box and, well, someone had worked it over with a coal hammer or something.
Yeah, well, maybe it just wasn't to be.
Oh, come on now.
Look, I'm sorry to sound narc, Ken, but I must admit I was beginning to feel a bit spare.
Well, from all accounts, you weren't spare for very long.
Long enough to be noticed.
All right, well, how do you think I felt, bursting in there all hot and bothered to find that you'd waltzed off with Mike Baldwin?
Well, it's a damn good job I did, because if I'd stood there like Piffy for much longer, I'd have hit you with my handbag.
Yeah, and I wouldn't blame you either. Look, why don't we just leave it for now? I'll see you again soon and we'll make another arrangement, okay?
Yeah, sure.
Right, well, bye-bye, Fritzy. Don't forget to finish your egg. Bye.
Bye. Ken, I wouldn't have hit you with my handbag.
No, you'd have used that little pearl-handled automatic you borrowed from Linda Darnell.
Do you know it's over an hour now? If Fred doesn't get back and she misses that train.
What time is it? 12. No, I know what time it is now. What time's the train?
13:19. You've heard of the 3:10 to Yuma. This is the 13:19 to Southampton.
I should never get that. Takes half an hour across the blooming road.
Albert, can't you see I'm stood here having kittens?
Well, if you're having kittens, what's she having?
My flaming guts for garters.
Where is her ladyship, anyway?
She's showing this relief manager his living quarters. In other words, Billy's old room minus the Miss World calendars. Oh, Fred, where are you?
You'd have been towed away.
I'm sorry that your tour of inspection has been so brisk, Mr. Lewis, but it really has been a very fraught morning.
I don't wonder. I think I'd be going through the roof.
Well, I mean, last-minute hitches are one thing, but when you've got less than an hour to catch your train, and if you miss it, the whole cruise could be off, well, you do tend to get on edge.
Oh, that's quite understandable.
I mean, all one asks from oneself is a modicum of common sense.
Can be a short commodity in bar stuff.
Bet and Fred, you see, the salt of the earth, really. But they have this fatal habit of playing the clown unless one keeps a very tight rein. Now, I'm quite sure that Fred will be outside there showing no sign of urgency.
Mrs. Walker?
Is Fred back?
No, he's not back.
I can't believe it. I cannot believe that anyone could be so stupid. You've been in some betting shop or other.
Should I phone a taxi?
If you would, please, yes.
By the time a taxi arrives...
There is nothing we can do but sit here and wait.
We in ESSO believe you can't take steps to improve your business without also helping Britain. You can't show confidence in the country's future without investing in the country now. You can't invest in new industry without generating new jobs. You can't develop new technologies without training new people. And you can't climb out of a recession by pointing your nose downhill. This year, we will be investing £600 million, which is good for you, good for us, and good for the future of Britain.
The mountains of Manhattan. And halfway to the summit, our intrepid climber is stuck for lunch. No going up, and no popping down to that little hamburger stand on 35th Street. So he turns to Heinz Beef and Vegetable Big Soup, a soup he can sink his teeth into. Those big chunks of meat and veg make it almost a meal in itself, and it's all he needs to see him through to dinner in the rooftop restaurant.
Can't serve you without a tie, sir.
Heinz Big Soup, big enough to see you through.
Charlie Wright's milk float nearly broke my heart. 7 times I stripped it down, still it wouldn't start. I came to the conclusion, clapped right out. And I went for a drink down a flying trout. Forget it, said a mate who was in that pub. Join the bottle, a Guinness Supporters Club.
Join the bottle, a Guinness Supporters Club.
I'll tell you, blokes, nothing tastes so good. Real full-bodied like a man's drink should. So we had another go at it, Charlie's float and me. And now Charlie's entered in the British Grand Prix.
And now Charlie's entered in the British Grand Prix.
So now when I'm asked what I'd like in the pub, I'm in the bottle, a Guinness Supporters Club.
He's in the bottle, a Guinness Supporters Club.
You know it.
If you want the crisp light bite, Banjo is for you. The wafers are baked crisp and light to last the whole bar through.
Banjo's wafers are baked crisp and stay crisp to give you that crisp light bite, plus a smooth nutty filling, crunchy topping and delicious chocolatey coating.
Banjo is the one for me and you. The wafers are baked crisp and light to last the whole bar through.
Banjo multi-packs with roast peanut or toasted coconut for the crisp light bite.
He's here, the Wanderer. Get a good double, did you, Fred?
Wish you had a double up, do me a favour.
Where on earth have you been?
Oh, well, I went to get some air, Mrs.
I
Walker.
know where you've been. I know the whole story. Are those the sunglasses? Did they change them?
Well, a bit of argy-bargy about the receipt, but I insisted, you know.
Yes, well, never mind that. Get the boot open, get the luggage in, and for heaven's sake, let's get on our way to the station.
Well, what's all the panic, Mrs. Walker? You've over 2 hours. I mean, I know the traffic's bad, but it's not all that bad.
2 hours? We've got barely 25 minutes.
13:19, Mrs. Walker. That's 20 past 3.
13:19 is 20 past 1.
13:19? Well, what's 20 past 3?
15:19 plus 1.
Will you get in the car, you silly man? Oh, and Bet, if and when the taximan comes, ask him to send his bill and tell him that I didn't really expect that it would take 20 minutes.
Got your luggage in anyway, Mrs. Walker?
I can't think what sort of impression we must be giving you.
Don't worry, you're leaving the place in good hands. Soon have things ticking over.
Excuse me, can I have 2 cream donuts, please? In a bag to take out.
Just look at her.
Pardon?
You're from next door, aren't you?
From the cabin, yeah.
Do you know her?
Well, Mrs. Taylor, yes, of course I do.
Tells me off for carrying on and just look at her.
Oh, Mavis. I'm looking for you. Listen, how are you fixed for babysitting tonight?
Well, I was going round to see Emily after my tea, but... Well, I might as well sit in your place as well as
Oh,
hers.
that's great. I didn't like asking two nights running, you know. Anyway.
You'd be a bad lodger, Elsie.
You'd be a terrible lodger.
I don't mind doing my share of the cooking. Now, you ask Hilda if I'm not a dab hand at the greens.
Green what?
Do all my own washing, digs money in advance, regular supply of plastic bin liners, giant size, and no charge.
All these lovely little domestic touches. You know, you should be the husband of the year instead of tatting around the streets with a toothbrush in your pocket looking for cheap digs.
You are not appreciated, I'm a love. You know, my missus should have married a pen pusher.
Ah, sorry, love. No married lodgers. I mean, I've had enough ding-dongs over those matters. Even Sean Connery wouldn't be worth it. Sorry, love. Come on, Lightning, let's get a few chips on.
Know where the griddle is, don't you?
Come again.
I don't see why I should do all the chipping.
I suppose you think you should stand there all day flirting.
You've some room to talk.
Now watch it, madam.
You've been sat there with that fella, but it's all wrong when I do it. Strikes me you're jealous because I get all the young fellas.
All right, just get your coat and get out. You're finished here.
Don't you worry.
Just get.
All right if I go, Val?
Yes, go on, love. Mavis has been here a few minutes. And Mike.
Mike?
Hi. Ken's turn tomorrow.
You are open.
Only just.
Did you sell ballpoints?
Yeah, I should have a box somewhere. Mr. Lewis, isn't it? Making the rovers last night.
Oh, so we did. Oh.
You need a pen these days running a pub, the way prices are going. Can go up 10 pence between opening and closing time.
Oh, yes, you have to be on the ball price-wise, no question.
No drinking the profits, eh?
Oh, that's number one.
Give us 30p. There's been some merry times down there, you know.
Has it?
Oh, aye. Very comical. You know, with Fred and Bet. Mind you, that was before Mrs. Walker had made some arrangements, like.
Oh, I'm all for merry times.
Ah.
Good night.
Oh.
See you, Alf.
Yeah.
In with the milk.
Did my coaching on a bike.
Well, that could explain a lot.
And it wasn't a tandem affair either. A butcher's bike, it was all we could get.
Oh, yeah? The girl who used to sit in the front thing?
Oh, no, Oxford sock. We used to put a cushion on the crossbar.
Well, who did the pedalling?
Valerie's aunt used to ride on the crossbar, and I did the pedal pushing. We used to go up to Bluebell Woods. We never broke down.
Well, it's not my experience of bikes. They're always breaking down. Punctures, chains going.
Ah, well, this was a British bike. A new Hudson, none of it Jerry built.
Everything all right? That's fairly normal. Mrs. Walker catch a train, did she?
Would he be stood here on pin?
Right, she missed it.
13:19, 20 past 3.
Shut up, Lynch. It's the last time I'll pull you out.
Does this mean her trip's off?
Well, we don't know. That's why he's in suspenders.
Well, she missed the train, but I mean, whether there's another boat.
All we can hope is that the captain can't tell the time either.
You broke a flipping glassy, didn't you? Good evening.
Evening.
How do?
I don't know whether we've met, but I'm running things for a short spell while Mrs. Walker is on holiday.
Well, you've got a job on, haven't you?
What should we do then? Go and see that film that Mavis recommended. What was it?
Oh, I forget, but it sounded boring.
Oh, Ken Barlow type film then, eh?
Oh, he goes more for concerts, actually, and don't knock 'em.
Well, it's the acoustics, do you know what I mean?
She off? Should imagine she's settled for the night now. Do you think all this is good for her? Honestly, don't know. You see, my mother was very straight-laced. Was yours? Yes, very. She was chapel, you see. I suppose we were brought up in the same mould, sort of thing. Sunday school, navy blue knickers. Do you know, I came across an old diary the other day. One that I'd kept, you know, kid-like. I was showing it to Rita. Well, she was nearly under the counter. You mean laughing? There was this entry, see, that said, made a felt hat, the king died. You got them in the wrong order, didn't you, really? That's why I sent Rita off laughing. But, you see, probably what happened was that I made the hat in the morning and the king died in the afternoon. Have you heard anything of Arnold?
No, I suppose the next thing that'll happen is it'll come to court.
What are you sweating on?
I'm sweating on her nibs, missing that boat.
Boat? You mean ship, don't you?
Oh, all right, Nelson.
Boats are things with oars.
I'm saying nothing.
I hate giving people a push. It makes me dead depressed. It really does. It makes me real guilty. A right swine.
Wait, I say, when she gets her head off.
What? Yeah, the working class power.
Don't start that. I mean, you were there. I had to do it. You heard it.
Yeah, she gave you no option, love.
Look at the way Gail and I worked together. Didn't know I was born, did I?
Hey, are you looking for a good worker?
Well, I thought it was Diggs you were looking for.
No, I sorted it out. Chuck my cap in this after. All sunshine and lollipops now.
Oh, you sexy devil.
What's he got that Cary Grant hasn't?
Hey, no, that's not joking aside. If you want a good worker, I've got just the last for you. My little niece, our Sandra. Now, you ask her mum if she's not a good worker.
I suppose she comes with glowing references.
Oh, come on, Elsie. She's moping. Ever since she got laid off at Johnson's.
The other one I sent up the road came with glowing references and all.
No, look, she's a good one. More on the mother's side than our kid.
Well, I'm not promising anything, man, but send her around tomorrow. I'll have a look at her.
Oh, it's hard, Elsie. Hey, fill the lady's glass, bet.
Hey, Fred, you seen that big hand creeping along to high noon?
I don't know what you've got to crow about, Lynch. You're in for it and all, you know.
I get the giggles, I can't stop. I don't often get a bit, something tickles me.
Well, when that great big monster came out the deep, I mean, it looked like Hilda Ogden. I thought we were going to get thrown out.
Oh, and that old battle axe behind us. This is not a comedy, you know.
You know, the last time I got thrown out of a cinema, I had a pea shooter with me.
Rock around the clock they got me. I only saw half of it.
What should we do then? Go back to the hotel for a nightcap?
It's been a lovely evening, Mike. But I think I ought to get back.
All right, then. Straight back then.
I'm knocking.
My peg, Eckers likes our peg.
What are you knocking for?
What? Is he in love or something?
Rover's return.
It's a nibs. Yes, Mrs. Walker, it's Bet here. She sounds murderous. Yes, Mrs. Walker, I'm still here. She's Miss Bolt.
Emigrate, Fred.
Cruise is off, can't get her money back.
Tell her I'm sorry.
Shut up.
Listen, say Fred's sorry and he'll meet you at the station.
Oh, who said Fred G was a creeper? Who said that?
Look, tell her time doesn't matter.
No, midnight, 3 o'clock in the morning. Faithful Fred will be there.
Right, Mrs. Walker. Thanks very much for ringing. Be seeing you soon. Bye-bye.
Why didn't you tell her I'd meet her?
It gives you 30 minutes more life, Fred, if she has to walk from the station. Relax, she didn't miss it. That was shipped to shore, would you believe?
Oh, very posh.
Yeah, she's got a fabulous cabin, an invite to the captain's cocktail party with Mrs. Taylor Brown. Can you imagine the swank?
Stop pulling my leg, Lynch. Can I make something absolutely clear? While I'm running things, there'll be no more of these silly antics in front of customers. So just cut them out.